Hey Libra, welcome to today's reading. I hope that you've all had a wonderful week, a happy week, and I hope lots of wonderful things have been happening in your life. My name is Jo and welcome to Urban Tarot. Lots of exciting things for this reading today. I'm sorry that I did not put up a video last week as I have been sick with the flu. I've been really ill over the last week and just did not have the energy to make a video, and have spent the majority of the week resting, healing, and trying to get back to my old self, so to speak, I guess you could say. So I was feeling pretty shitty last week, just feeling dreadful. I don't normally get the flu, or I don't normally suffer from colds and things. I'm normally in fairly good health, so when you haven't had a flu in quite some time, it does tend to make you feel quite rubbish, and you tend to forget how dreadful having the flu is. Anyway, getting on with today's reading, we're going to do an intuitive reading. So it's very 80s inspired, of course, because obviously I'm not only my kid from the 80s, but I love the 80s. So we have got a sprinkle and butterfly clip reading. I don't know how many of you remember these. Not only were these very fashionable in the 80s, but they also carried through to the 90s as well. I think they were slightly bigger in the 80s from what I remember, but also very popular in the 90s as well. Yeah, I definitely remember wearing these in my hair, and I've got to be honest, I still wear them in my hair, and I don't care because I like them and I think they're cool. So a sprinkle and 80s style butterfly clip reading for you today. Please remember, of course, that with this reading, it is based purely on my intuition. I have been meditating beforehand, talking to Spirit about things that Spirit wants me to discuss with you this morning. I always do that beforehand. I've also have meditated on the cards for today's reading as well also. And I also just want to take this moment to let Spirit know that my guides and my angels, and that Spirit is most welcome. I invite Spirit into this place. Spirit is very welcome to use me, to channel through me, to deliver messages and downloads to you guys who are watching. Now, of course, please remember, if this message does not resonate with you, that's perfectly okay. It doesn't matter. It just means that it's not for you, it's for somebody else. As there are millions of Libras in the world, myself included, naturally, of course, so it is not going to resonate with everybody. All I do is I receive the messages and the downloads, and I relate them to you guys at home watching, or wherever you are in the world. Okay, enough with the talk. Let's crack on. So, as I said, we're going to use a hair clip and sprinkle reading at the moment. Thank you, guides. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Libra for the oncoming week, please. Messages for Libra. Things that Libra needs to know this week. Messages for Libra, please, guides. Guides and angels, Spirit. Messages for Libra. If you guys would just give me a minute so I can just have a look at this and see what my intuition is picking up. Well, I can definitely see a party, and I can see a gathering. This is to do with a celebration. Some very exciting news. I think for some of you, you have you've received a letter about some good news in the mail, or this is to do with a graduation. It's certainly a celebration, and I can see a very joyful and happy interaction. So if you're not on the verge of having this celebration, you will be within the next week. I can see lots of people. I can see lots of loved ones, friends, relatives, aunts and uncles gathering around for this special occasion, which is really wonderful. I feel like the last couple of weeks, I've really felt a shift in energy, and I've really felt things change for the better. I think there's always periods where we go through just tougher times. So sometimes it's just it's almost like when something breaks. Say you break something, and they always say it happens in threes. So normally, if you say you break a cup or something like that, there'll normally be something else that will follow, and it always happens in threes. Well, it's a bit like that. Sometimes it just seems to be one thing after another, things that just tend to go wrong. And I feel that there's been an absolute shift in that energy, where things have just been really good. Just this positive flow of energy that's just been circulating, and just one good thing after another seems to be occurring. And I can definitely see that here. I can see there's a dinner. Some of you will be going out to dinner, perhaps a fine restaurant. I can see champagne here, so it's definitely a celebration, and something that is worth celebrating. It's something that you will remember your entire lifetime, because it's such a special occasion. So that's something that I can definitely see here. I'm also getting something about a cat. Someone out there has a cat that is not well. That's quite random, but it's showing up here in the reading. Someone has a cat that is not well, and you've been fretting about your cat. So Spirit just wants you to know your cat's fine. It's something that your cat's going to get over. It's nothing serious. It's just, animals are no different from people. They get things wrong with them from time to time. I think some TLC for your beloved kitty, and plenty of rest, and your beloved kitty will recover in no time. Or sometimes they just feel off for no apparent reason. Your pets are very much like people. They just have an off day where they just don't feel that great. So no need to worry about your cat. Your cat will be perfectly fine. It just needs some extra cuddles, some extra love, as we all do from time to time, and some rest. And I'm picking up it's female. It's a female cat. I'm picking up the name Margot. Someone has named their cat Margot. So for those of you who have a cat called Margot, don't fret about Margot. She's going to be just fine. Some curled up asleep in her basket, plenty of rest and love, and she'll be back to her usual self. So, celebration, going out with friends, going out with family, good times ahead from what I can see here, but we'll see what else Spirit has got to show us. More messages, please, for Libra, for the oncoming week. More messages for Libra, please. I can also see lots of day outings as well. Some of you will be taking day trips. So it might be just a drive out into the country, getting out more into nature. I can see picnics as well. I can just see a very carefree next week, and actually the next 2 weeks ahead. Lots of fun, kicking back, chilling, relaxing, really soaking in the sunshine, really enjoying the day, taking the time to enjoy the little things in life, to enjoy the special moments. Especially in this day and age, we're always so busy, and we're always racing, and everything is scheduled around the clock, and have to be at this appointment and that appointment, and we start early, at work, and we finish late, and we have the supermarket runs, and there's things to do with kids. You have to pick kids up, and there's kids that have sporting activities, so you have to take them to those, and it's just always very, very busy. So it's good that a lot of you are taking time where you're taking the time to smell the roses. Basically, you're saying no to the hustle and bustle, and you're taking time for yourself and for those that you love. So whether that's just a drive in the country, whether that's having a picnic somewhere, going for a walk together, going to I can see like a cute little cozy cafe, surrounded by lots of beautiful maple trees, spending time together and enjoying the simple things of life. So very good things for the up and coming week ahead, which is also going over into the following week. So really, it's the next 2 weeks ahead, from what I can see here. Celebrations, family times, leisure, fun, and enjoying the simple things of life. So very, very good start to the reading, Libras. I have to say, that's really nice energy, really nice positive energy, and really, really nice things to see. So I'm loving that, really loving that. That's really nice to see. All right, well, there's just a few other messages that I have to let you know about. Speaking of pets, we already mentioned the cat, but there also is another message that I have been getting on and off all week about a dog. So I'm not sure what sort of dog this is. The imagery that I kept getting in my head, it's like a cattle dog or a sheep dog crossed with another breed. I don't know the breed. It has almost like brown fluffy ears. It has like a white patch of fur around the left eye, brown and white patches all over the body. This dog has passed. This is a beloved pet, and the imagery that I kept getting all week was seeing someone walking in a field, running their hand through the long grass, and your beloved dog. The name that I kept getting is Holly. So this dog that belonged to somebody was a Christmas present. You got this dog as a puppy. You have a very special bond with this puppy, this dog called Holly. You and Holly did everything together, and she actually passed from old age. But Spirit wants you to know that Holly is still with you, still running through the fields with you, still barking like crazy. And I keep getting this imagery even now. When she wags her tail used to bang up against your leg. She would wag her tail so hard that her tail would whip you in the leg when you'd be walking along. She was just a very, very happy and contented dog. And Spirit wants you to know that Holly is with you, even though you can't see her. She is there. She watches over you. And even though you are taking those walks in the field quite often on your own, you're not on your own. Holly is right there beside you, taking those walks with you. So Spirit wanted you to know that. The other messages that I received this week from Spirit is to do with your internal light, which links over to what we discussed, well, not last week because I didn't put up a video, but the week before when we were talking about self-love. Spirit wants to make sure that you let everyone see your light within. Spirit strongly wants you to know that you really need to let everyone know who you are. Don't be frightened to let your light shine. You are unique, you are wonderful, you are a special person, and you really do have something wonderful to offer, not only people that you meet in your everyday life, but people around the world. You have something very special to offer the world. So don't be afraid to show your true colors. You are wonderful exactly the way you are. You are unique, you are special, you are amazing. So let your light shine and don't be scared to be you, basically. That's a message that was coming very, very, very strongly from Spirit. Spirit wants you to love yourself, be true to yourself, and to let your inner light shine. So that's something else that I really needed to get across to you guys today, because I feel that it was something very, very important that I needed to share. So let your true colors show for all the world to see, and let your light shine. And it's contagious when you're your true self, and you're comfortable in your own skin, and you love yourself and you love who you are. You just have this inner light that just shines from within you, and it draws people to you. People want to be around you. People want to spend time with you. They want to get to know you because they can see that you have something rather special, and something that they would like to have for themselves. And the fact is, they do, actually. Everyone has spirit within them. Everyone has that light within them. You just need to be able to let that light shine for all to see. Well, getting on with the card reading, I have meditated on these cards, and I have shuffled these cards already. So we will see what messages there are in store for Libra for the oncoming week. I'm just going to move this incense out of the way. I've got some room here. I love sprinkles, but they do make a mess, but oh well, they look pretty on the paper. Okay. Hello Spirit, hello guides, hello angels. You're very welcome in this place. And I just want to know if there are some oncoming messages and downloads for Libra, for all Libras watching for the week ahead. Any messages or downloads for Libra, please Spirit, for the oncoming week ahead. Things that Libra needs to know. All Libras out there watching today, oncoming messages, please Spirit. Messages for Libra. Someone also needs to, I'm just getting now, someone needs to increase their citrus, their vitamin C. Someone is not having enough vitamin C in their daily diet, Spirit wants you to know. So maybe have some more oranges, even some lemon water is good. It's a good way to get some vitamin C. So Spirit wants you to know that also. That might resonate with someone. Messages for Libra, please, Spirit. Messages and downloads for Libra. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. There we go. Card number 1. Card number 2. Any messages for Libra, please Spirit, messages or downloads for the oncoming week ahead. Any more messages for Libra, please. And there we go. Card number 3. Any more messages for Libra, please. Card number 4. Okay, let's have a look to see what the cards have for us today. So we have the King of Swords, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Three of Swords, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Just give me a moment to see what my intuition is picking up with these 4 cards. Okay, so we're going to start off with 3 of Pentacles. I'll hold those up. Hold that up so you can see. For some reason I'm picking up the word shun or shunned. This is only going to resonate with a few of you. There's some of you out there who have fortunately are in a situation where something has happened in your life where you have felt almost expelled or shunned by certain members of your family. I'm picking up that I've got to be very delicate how I say this. I'm picking up that there is a child involved. Perhaps the birth of this child, what I'm picking up, was unexpected. It was not something, it was almost kept in secrecy. It was not something that close family members knew about until its actual arrival. And you, even though you had an inkling that that the people who supposedly love you and care for you would maybe not take this news in the best light, the outcome you got was worse than what you actually feared or expected, where they have more or less disowned you altogether. but it's just, I'm picking up from spirit, it's generational. So it's these people, these particular individuals will come around. It's to do with their upbringing. It's to do with their generation. They haven't really progressed and moved on with time. They're still stuck in that sort of backwater way of thinking where, a child born out of wedlock is taboo almost. And it's not what they had envisioned for you. They had other plans for your life. So with you turning up with this newborn, has actually made them quite angry, and not something that they wanted for you and for your life. But a baby is beautiful. The birth of a brand new baby is a beautiful thing, and this little one is very much meant to be here. So I think you will find that their hearts will soften and will definitely warm to this new arrival and this new generation in the family. Just give it some time. Maybe just step back a bit, and I think you'll find that they will soften and that they will come around. It's also to do with pride. I'm hearing that pride goeth before a fall. There's issues with pride here as well, to do with it being a generational way of thinking. And even back in the 50s, that's how it was. If you were pregnant and you had a child and you weren't married, it was considered the biggest sin in the entire world, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Thank God things have changed and we're no longer caught up in those ridiculous notions. But yeah, I wouldn't be worried too much about it. I think these particular individuals will warm to this wonderful news, and I actually think that's why you did keep it a secret and why there was so much secrecy around it, because you kind of knew in your heart that they would have this reaction. So you kept this news to yourself. And of course it is to do with the Three of Swords, which we have heartbreak here. I'll hold that up so you can see. I would not be going back to this person. I feel that the relationship was always unsteady. It was always rocky. It was always on and off again. Things would be good for a while and then they would go sour again. So I would keep my distance, and I would just be focusing on this wonderful new arrival that you have holding in your arms. As for the romantic side of it, the romantic relationship, that will work itself out in time. I can't see it being a permanent thing, but even I do think you will remain friends for the sake of this new little arrival that has come into your life. That's what I can see at this stage, but I can't see it being anything else but that at this point in time. And I think underneath that. I think you know that you're just not suited. You've put up with so much crap from this person, so much shit from this person, that that you're just not suited. You're complete polar opposites. You're oil and water. You have no connection. It was purely based on sexual attraction when you first met, and once that novelty wore off, there was nothing there of any substance, and it was just it became habit, basically. So yeah, I would be stressing too much about that. I'd be focusing on the new arrival that you've got that has come into your life, and I would just be concentrating on that for now. But of course, that's only for a few of you out there. Obviously not for everyone, but that is something that I'm picking up very, very strongly. I'm also, with the Four of Wands, which you have here, which is also to do with celebration. It's to do with family. It's to do with friends, which of course ties in with our intuitive reading that we did with our 80s butterfly clips, and of course sprinkles. As I saw with that intuitive reading, I saw celebrations, family get-togethers, spending a lot of time with friends, aunts, uncles, loved ones, and that card definitely ties in with that. And I do see that there are some really good things coming your way in the next 2 weeks. Lots and lots of family times, making memories together, celebrating achievements, celebrating life in general, and all the good things that have happened and that are going to continue to happen. So that's a really, really beautiful card. And of course, as you can see, we've got 2 people here holding hands under this magnificent garland that is up above. Garlands always represent celebrations, special occasions, holiday events. That's why we use them at Christmas time, and we also use them during the Easter period as well. They are always linked to celebrations. So that's a really, really beautiful card to get, and I just love how that is so connected with our intuitive reading. I love that card so very, very much. You also have the King of Swords, so I'll hold that up as well so you can see. I'm picking up with this card, this is boss energy. Again, we've had this card before with other readings. I'm picking up issues with your employer with this card that's coming through very, very strongly. This this employer of yours is very, very difficult. A difficult person, very stubborn, very set in their ways. If you're looking for that promotion that you've been wanting or that you've been holding out for, I wouldn't count on it, is what I'm getting from this card. I think this particular individual, and for those of you who this is resonating with will know exactly who I'm talking about, is all talk basically. They promise you the world, they promise you this and that, but they never deliver, and they never will. They basically want every ounce of blood from you, but they're not willing to reward you for all the hard work that you do. So once again, I guess you either accept things the way they are with this particular employer, or perhaps move on somewhere better, because you are entitled. You work incredibly hard and you are entitled to a pay rise and you are entitled to a promotion. I mean, good hard work is deserving and should be rewarded. But if you're not going to get it where you currently are, then perhaps you should be thinking about where else, or perhaps where you should be. Perhaps you should be somewhere else. I'm picking up you're not happy in this work situation, and this has a lot to do with not only your work environment, but just with the treatment that you have received. And you have been working for this person for quite a long time. There's a lot of history there between you and them, but you still just do not get the gratitude that you deserve. You do not get the rewards that you deserve. So I think that you should definitely think about perhaps moving on elsewhere where you're going to be appreciated. But still, regardless of that, you did get the Four of Wands, which is a wonderful card and a celebrationary card of good times with family and with friends. So I wouldn't be focusing too much on the King of Swords at the moment, when there's so many wonderful things that are going to be happening within the next 2 weeks. We'll see what else Spirit has for you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Any more messages for the Libras watching today's reading, please? Messages or downloads that Libra needs to hear. Any messages, please, Spirit? Okay. Any messages for Libra for the oncoming week, or for the next 2 weeks, I should say? Any messages for Libra, please? And there's another one. Love it when they come flying out. And there's another one. Any more messages, Spirit? Thank you. No, I'm getting no more. The Five of Swords. Hold that one up there. We have got the Four of Pentacles. This one here. We have also got the Ten of Wands. And we have got the Queen of Cups. Well, I'm going to start off with the Ten of Wands, which fits in perfectly with what we were just talking about. So as I was saying with the King of Swords, I was picking up with a particular individual, or there might be quite a few of you out there who are feeling quite fed up in your workplace. You feel like you put in a lot of hours, a lot of work, back-breaking work is what I'm picking up here, and you're just not appreciated for what you do. You work so incredibly hard, you're loyal, you're punctual, you always turn up on time. Even when you're feeling under the weather and you're not feeling particularly good, you still push through. You might take some ibuprofen or something like that, and you still turn up to work on time, and you still deliver. And there you are there with all this tremendous weight and hard work there that you're carrying. You're carrying all of those wands, back-breaking work. That's what I'm picking up. But at the same time, if you look, there's also new growth on those wands. There's new shoots on the very, very tip. So even though you feel at times as though you have all this weight on your shoulders, and you're doing all the work yourself, and you're picking up all the slack from everyone else, I think in the long run, I think there will be some sort of reward for all the work that you do, not necessarily from your employer, but perhaps from your colleagues. I'm picking up more recognition for what you do. There's people around you who see how hard that you work, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So even though you might not be getting it from the particular person that you'd like to get it from, because you definitely would love to have that promotion or that raise, you will be getting recognition from other people who are close to you and who work with you and who are around you. So I think that definitely ties in there. It can be very frustrating. I've been there myself. I know what it's like to work extremely hard and have terrible hours, and you just never seem to get ahead, and you just never seem to get any recognition or thanks for the hard work that you do. And it can be very upsetting, and it can be very frustrating at times. But I do believe that you will get it at some stage. Definitely not from your employer, but you will get it from perhaps your colleagues or people around you who see how hard you work. And I'm picking up that they may also inspire you to move on and to try something new, because you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay in a place where you're unhappy and it's not serving you. I'm also picking up with the Four of Pentacles here. I'm picking up someone who's very controlling with their money. I'm picking up that it's perhaps someone in a relationship, someone who is holding on very tightly to the purse strings. In other words, someone who is very controlling with money. So that's something that you need to watch. It's good to save, and it's good to bank money for a rainy day, but money is energy and it needs to flow, and you don't need someone telling you what you can and can't do with your money, particularly when you work so very, very hard to earn it. It's your money, and if you want to spend it on particular things, and that's really your fucking business and no one else's business but yours. So that's also something that I'm picking up with here. Someone who's very, very controlling with their purse strings. And I'm picking up it's a partner, someone who likes to give you a certain amount for housekeeping, and you have to budget that very carefully, and that has to last you for a particular amount of time before you're entitled to have any more. And that's actually disgusting. If you're in a relationship like that and that's how your partner is treating you, and that's disgusting, particularly when it's your money and you work very, very hard for it and you earn it. So yeah, I'd be I wouldn't be tolerating that if it was me, that's for sure. Separate bank accounts, people. It's the way to go, separate bank accounts. So the other thing that I'm picking up here is with the Five of Swords. I'll hold that up there so you can see. I'm picking up also strong conflict in the workplace. This is actually, yeah, it's quite weird how it's taken this turn, because we started off with such positive energy with the intuitive reading, and then we had the Four of Wands, which links in with celebration, spending time with family and friends. And now I'm picking up here with the Five of Wands, I'm picking up conflict. You're not interested in conflict is what I'm picking up. There's lots of gossip and drama going on in your workplace, and you've got absolutely no interest in it at all. You very much stick to yourself, do your work, do what you need to do. All you care about is picking up your paycheck at the end of the day and going home and getting on with life. You've got no interest in these work dramas, these work soap operas, and all this conflict that is going on around you. I just would pay no attention to it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep ignoring it. If people try to draw you into their bullshit, into their workplace bullshit drama, just say, look, sorry, I'm busy. I've got no time for this. I'm not interested in gossip. I'm not interested in stories and tales and untruths about other people. I've got work to do. I'm very busy. Yeah, talk about it with someone else. I'd just be very clear, very direct, and just ignore these people, these individuals, move on and get on with what you need to do. So that's very, very interesting as well. There's lots here to do with the workplace. Very, 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 very interesting. The next one we got is the Queen of Cups. So what I am picking up with this one, the Queen of Cups here, I'm picking up that this is linked to you. This is to do with your own self-worth and with who you are as a person. I'm picking up that you need to wear your crown and wear your crown proudly. Of course, you're a Libra, so you're a queen. We're all queens. Be true to yourself. Have confidence in your own ability. Have confidence with yourself. Particularly when it comes to, I'm picking up leadership roles, which are to do with the workplace. I feel that there are particular individuals who want you to take more of a leadership role, and you're reluctant to do so. Not because you don't want the role as a leader, but you're not so sure that you can fill the position. You're feeling very doubtful whether you can actually fulfill this role. But I'm here to tell you that you are an absolute queen, you're an absolute star, that you can fulfill this role, that you have amazing leadership qualities, and that you can fill this position, no worries. So have confidence within yourself, have confidence within your abilities, and know that you can do this. This is something that you can do. I'm also picking up that there's perhaps a Pisces individual that you have had issue with, that you've had, who's very competitive with you, who's also after this leadership role as well. So I think this person is going to fight you for this role, but I feel that you will be the one who will win out, mainly because you're very stable, stable of mind. You're just a very stable individual, and they feel that this role is suited best for you. So I wouldn't be too worried about this person who's being really competitive and sort of strutting around the workplace and is more or less telling everyone that they have this new leadership role and that it belongs to them. They haven't got it. It's going to you. You're the one that has this new position, this new role in the workplace. So I wouldn't be worried too much about it. And it's not to do with financial gains either. It's just it's just like a higher up manager position. So you have the position of manager or perhaps supervisor, but you don't financially benefit from it. It's just a I don't know, I guess a snazzier title. You can say you're supervisor or your manager, but it's and people do do see you as taking that role very seriously, but it's at this stage I can't see you benefiting from that financially. Not at the moment, not at this point in time. But anyway, that is your card reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots to think about. Conflict, drama, my God, going on in the workplace, but also celebrations as well. Heartbreak, someone who is hanging on very tightly to their wallet and purse strings and being very controlling with money. That's something that you definitely need to nip in the bud, because that's just fucking ridiculous. You know, it's good to be independent and to have your own bank account, but at the same time, once you become a union, you're a couple, everything is shared, and you know, you do everything together as a unit. So I mean, I know someone, and their husband was like that. Actually, I'm not going to say who it is, but they were given a certain amount of money that they had to spend on groceries, to pay some particular bills, and they had to make that money last up until their next payment. And it was just ridiculous. They couldn't buy what they needed. They couldn't get things for their children. And it wasn't because they didn't have the money. It was just because this person's partner was very, very controlling with how much money that she was able to spend. And that's just ridiculous. Any form of control like that is not on. Is a no-go zone. So if this is you who I'm talking about, then you need to seriously get some help and perhaps talk to someone about the sort of behavior that is going on in your home environment, because it's your money, you work hard for it, you should be able to spend it on whatever you like. It belongs to you. Alright, Libras, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope there were some messages out there for some of you or all of you. I certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. I hope that you have a wonderful week, that you have a prosperous week, a healthy and safe week. And as always, my dear ones, take care. Until next time. Bye.